Hi everyone, my name is Jason Kirchick, and for the purposes of this presentation, I will be playing the role of an outbreak epidemiologist, investigating new outbreaks and the emergence of yellow fever that happened in 2016 in Asia. For my objectives for the presentation, I want to give a quick synopsis of what yellow fever is, include the pathogen, the transmission, and the population affected. For the outbreak investigation, I'll cover where yellow fever has emerged and report on recent outbreaks and the implications these have had on public health and safety. And then finally, include some visuals and statistical data to complement the data that's been presented. So yellow fever virus is a vector-borne disease. It's transmitted to humans by the bite of an infected Aedes aegypti mosquito. And once contracted, the virus incubates in the body for about 3 to 6 days, followed by infection that can occur in one of two phases. The initial acute phase usually causes fever, muscle pain, back pain, headache, shivers, nausea, vomiting, anything you would expect to see with a flu. But with most patients, they will improve and their symptoms disappear after 3 to 5 days. However, 15% of patients enter a second, more toxic phase within 24 hours. And this takes the form of an acute hemorrhagic fever with bleeding from the mouth, eyes, ears, and stomach. There's a pronounced jaundice, a yellowing of the eyes, which is where the disease actually gets its name, leading to kidney damage and shock. The major organ systems shut down and death occurs. And 50% of people who enter the second phase will actually die. So a very high mortality rate associated with yellow fever. The prevalence and geographic distribution of yellow fever has predominantly been to parts of South America and sub-Saharan Africa. However, with globalization, travel, and climate change, there have been other factors now that have the potential of spreading this disease onto continents where it has never even been seen. And for the purpose of this presentation, we're actually going to talk about one of those outbreaks. So on January 22nd, the internet-based disease outbreak reporting system confirmed 23 cases of yellow fever in Luanda, which is in the Angolan capital of Africa. And within a few months, by April 10th, there were 582 laboratory confirmed cases and 242 deaths. So, of the confirmed cases, 582, 242 people died. And then on that same day, there were 10 laboratory confirmed cases imported into China. So with yellow fever never having been seen in Asia, any parts of Asia, this obviously created a huge firestorm of concern for public health officials. This data from the World Health Organization is really goes to show the increase of the outbreaks of yellow fever and the amount of vaccination coverage that is covered with people within the population. However, one of the things to consider is that in Asia, people are not vaccinated against yellow fever. It's just not prevalent in Asia as of right now. But now, as a public health official, we have to start wondering if these outbreaks are going to occur and the possibility of yellow fever spreading, how are we going to be able to control that? So as a outbreak investigator or epidemiologist, there are some steps that we need to follow in order to be able to investigate, well, gee, where are these outbreaks? When are they happening? Who's involved? How is it coming to transpire? And follow really a methodical approach of data collection and being able to take that data and form a hypothesis in order to support how these outbreaks are happening and how we can prevent them from occurring and ultimately protect the public. So where is yellow fever headed? What you're seeing right now is really a map of that 2016 case. You'll see in Luanda where the location of yellow fever cases were related to that outbreak in 2016. And you'll see the commercial flight routes from Luanda to parts of Asia. And the areas shaded in red are distribution of the Aegyptis mosquito, where it is very possible for this disease to spread and possibly cause major public health concerns. So one of the things as an outbreak epidemiologist that have been offered as a recommendation for how to try to stop these imports of yellow fever from happening are to have an international certificate of vaccination or prophylaxis. And really what you're looking at here is how we can take a form, have data available to be able to show customs or people going through the immigration process when they arrive at their destination that they are protected, to try to help and prevent the spread of the disease.